Hello, and welcome back to Funnelheads. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be discussing everything that's included in your cruise fare for the Carnival Elation. Now, we did just get off this ship here recently, so we'll be using some of our personal videos while we discuss everything. Not only that, we did do vlogs each and every day on the cruise, a ship tour, our likes, dislikes, loves. So if you're looking for any of those videos, I'll put the playlist in the description box as well as the comment section. Feel free to check those out, share as you will. Now, real quick, if you're new to the channel or returning and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. We do everything cruise related here, so if you love cruising, this is the channel for you. Over 93% of our current viewers are not yet subscribed, so go ahead and support your small content creators. We really appreciate it. Liking, sharing, commenting also helps tremendously, but let's get right into today's video. Alright, so let's break this down into 4 different categories. We're going to have food, drinks, entertainment, and the other column. Starting off with everyone's favorite category, let's discuss the food. Now let's start off at the buffet, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And depending on what time you go, there'll be different things open. Now for breakfast, of course, you're going to have all of your traditional breakfast items, cereals, pancakes, French toast, bacon, sausage, oatmeal, all of that good stuff. They also have a omelet station that will be open where you can choose from 2 or 3 different types of omelets. This used to be fully customizable, but they did change that recently, and it is a hot debate. However, you can still get, eggs or omelets made right in front of you, fresh. One of my favorite things to eat on a cruise in the morning. You can also, at the same omelet station, get egg whites as well as eggs made your way. Now during lunch and dinner, of course, they're going to have different types of food that are going to rotate, but in the buffet you'll also have basically a carving station where they have a different type of meat ready to carve each and every day. You also have a salad bar, dessert station, among so many other things. Now moving downstairs, you have the main dining room, which is going to be open for either breakfast or brunch. Now the brunch takes place on sea days and breakfast would be on your port days, and you can also have dinner here, of course. Now for dinner, you're going to either pick at early time dining, late time dining, or your time. We love the your time dining because even though it may take a little while to get a table, typically 15 or 20 minutes, you can check in on the app. We usually get a drink at the bar, listen to some live music, and voila, the table is ready. This gives us a little bit more freedom instead of having to, be at dining at a certain time, because again, early dining is usually like 5:45, 6 o'clock, and late dining is usually like 8:15, 8:30. Now for the menu for dinner, this changes each and every night, but you can look up the menu on the Carnival Hub app. If you don't have your phone with you or just don't want to use your phone, you can actually go to the dining room. They'll have basically a showcase outside of the dining room that will tell you the menu for, whatever meal you're looking for that day. Now moving back upstairs to the Lido deck, you have the pizza place, which is one of our favorite places to grab a bite, a quick snack if you were. They have about 4 to 6 different pizzas to choose from, but usually they'll have either cheese or pepperoni pretty readily available. Now this can get very busy though, depending on, time of day. If everyone's getting right back on the ship from a long day, usually the pizza line is insanely long, so it is just one thing to note. Otherwise, it's pretty quick. Now also on the Lido deck is the deli, which they serve hot and cold sandwiches and wraps. We absolutely love the deli. I always get the buffalo chicken sandwich with extra hot sauce on the side, or extra buffalo sauce, I guess I should say. Amazing. I could literally eat that every day of the cruise, not a problem at all, but anything I've had at the deli has been very good. Continuing on the Lido deck, you have a fan favorite, which is Guy's Burger. burger. You have about 4 to 6 burgers to choose from, but what I love to do is just get a cheeseburger plain, and then I turn around, go to the toppings bar, load it up with literally everything they have, including all the condiments. Some of the items, they have grilled onions, mushrooms, hot peppers, of course your lettuce, tomato, all that good stuff. It is amazing, especially if it's fresh off the grill, which it always is. Now across from Guy's Burger, you have Blue Iguana Cantina. That's going to be open for breakfast and lunch. Now for breakfast, you can order a breakfast burrito customized your way, and then for lunch, you could also order different burritos, tacos, as well as taco salad. All of them are delicious. One of my favorites is actually the tacos, the fish tacos. They're so light and fluffy. I could eat like 5 of them. Here you also have a toppings bar, which is fantastic. Even if you're not eating at Blue Iguana Cantina, it's a great place to load up on fresh pico de gallo, salsa, hot sauces, watermelon. Everything is super fresh. So a lot of times if I'm getting, anything else from inside the buffet, I'll still stop by the toppings bar to load up. And the last thing on the Lido deck that is included in your cruise fare is going to be the ice cream or frozen yogurt. Now, typically they'll have chocolate, vanilla, swirl, and sometimes strawberry. I think they alternate. My son would live at the ice cream machine if he could, but it is very good. You basically make it yourself, either with a cone or a cup. Absolutely delicious. Now, last but not least on the included food is going to be right back in your cabin, and that is room service. Now, of course, there are items on room service that are going to be extra, and typically you're going to tip, of course, the person that's bringing you the food. However, there are free items. We absolutely love putting an order in for room service the night before for breakfast specifically, and it's just a few very basic things like, cereal, maybe a carafe of coffee, some milk, things like that. It just makes our lives that much easier when you're trying to, quickly get out of the room in a hurry to get to your excursion. Now that is everything that's included in your cruise fare for the food. Now let's move over to the entertainment, starting off with the Punchliner comedy. And this is going to be in the Limelight Lounge. This is where you can see stand-up comedians perform. And sometimes they'll have like family-friendly acts, and then other nights they'll have like a later adults-only act. But typically they have a ton of material, so you're usually not seeing, the same show twice. And typically at the first stop, you'll get new comedians on board, so you get even fresh material for the rest of your cruise as well. Now also included is going to be your main theater shows, whether it's, your playlist production, Broadway style shows, variety acts, welcome aboard shows. All of that is going to be in the main theater, and all of it is completely free. You may just want to get to these events a little bit early to make sure you get a great seating for these amazing shows. Now, one of our favorite things that's included is going to be the piano bar. If you love singing out loud, meeting other guests, as well as interacting, with the artist, the piano player, this is a great time. This usually opens around 9 o'clock in the evening and stays open pretty late. I've seen it open till 2, 3 in the morning, but typically they'll be around as long as there's a good crowd that's interacting with everybody. Now also included in your cruise fare is going to be all the different deck parties. Now these are going to depend on your specific itinerary as well as cruise director, but some of them that you'll see, of course, you'll always have your sail away party, but then they'll have Rock the Promenade, the 80s Rock and Glow, White Night, Silent Disco, just to name a few. Again, there's a lot more of these as well, and typically you can find out from your Facebook cruise group about a month before you're sailing what theme parties your ship is going to have. Also included in the entertainment is going to be Love and Marriage, which if there's only one thing that you do on your cruise, make sure you go to this show. This show involves the other guests, and typically they'll bring on stage a newlywed couple, followed by a couple that's been together for like 10 or 20 years, and then another couple that's been basically together for the longest amount of time. I think we've seen a couple together for, I want to say, like 68 years or something like that. Absolutely amazing. The cruise directors involved, they ask all these questions, and the way the guests answer them are always a great time. We're always leaving this show, just our face hurt from laughing, our stomachs hurt. So definitely go check out Love and Marriage. You'll also have karaoke on board, which is typically held daily, as well as trivia. Now, trivia, we've seen all different types of trivia, like Friends, Harry Potter, sports trivia, movies in general. Basically, you name it, they probably have it on board. And trivia is typically held twice a day, depending on itinerary of the ship. Now, also the nightclub is included in your entertainment. You will never see us in there, but I hear, just depending on the cruise and the guests on board, it could either be amazing where you can't even find a spot to dance, it's so packed, or it could be an absolute dud. This really specifically matters just how the guests interact with the DJ, but the DJ is always really good. And the last thing to discuss under entertainment is going to be the Sun Games. This is typically with the Fun Squad and or the cruise director, but they have a miscellaneous amount of different games that they play, usually on the Lido deck. Sometimes they'll play it in the atrium if, the weather is no good. Some quick examples of the Sun Games are going to be like your Name the Ice carving, cornhole, dance competitions, just to name a few. Now that is everything that's included in your cruise as far as entertainment goes. Now let's move over to the drinks, and if there's one category that they could really do a little bit better in, the drink category would be it. But let's go over this real quick. Now, first up, you have the fountain water. Of course, bottled water is unfortunately not included unless you have a drink package. What we do, though, is we actually purchase bottles of water and have them delivered to our stateroom. It is a little bit expensive, but it is nice to have bottled water, especially when you're going off the ship for the day. Now, as far as juices that are included, you have the mango guavo juice as well as orange juice for breakfast, and then during lunch and dinner, that flips over to lemonade and iced tea. Now, for my southern friends, this is not sweet tea, it is unsweetened tea. They do have, of course, all your sugars, lemon, all that good stuff if you want to try to make it yourself, but just know that going in. You'll also have your hot coffee, whether it's regular or decaf. Now, they do have milks for coffee as well as like half and half creamer, but they don't have flavored creamers. So what I do, because I love, French vanilla creamer, I bring the little mini creamers, I put it in a little Tupperware, tape it up so that way it doesn't explode in my suitcase. But the coffee, in my opinion, on Carnival specifically is just not that great. So I really need that little extra creamer. Now, the specialty coffee that you purchase is, of course, way better, but their regular coffee that's free, yeah, it needs a little something. They also will provide hot water as well as an assortment of tea bags if you're a hot tea drinker. And the last few drinks that are included are going to be your hot chocolate milk, your chocolate milk, and then regular milk, whether it's whole milk, 2%, or skim milk. And that is pretty much it as far as drinks that are included. So I highly suggest that you get one of the packages, whether it's the soda package or the Cheers package. I did videos on both of those, so if you want more information in regards to the packages specifically, I'll try to put a link in the description box so you can learn all about it. Now let's move on to the final category, which is other, starting off with your cabin. This is, of course, your stateroom, your room, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you book under your cruise fare is, of course, going to be included. Some of our favorite cabins are the aft balcony, the Ocean View Deluxe, as well as the Cove balcony. Let me know if you've ever stayed in any one of those. But with your room, of course, you're going to get your room steward, which is going to clean the room once a day, either in the morning after you get up or in the early evening. Besides your room, the destinations that you visit are of course going to be included in your cruise fare. Now, depending on what you do at the destinations, that can be very pricey. But for example, we went to Half Moon Cay, which is Carnival's private island, and we just went to the beach and snorkeled for the day. We brought our own snorkels on the ship, so it was absolutely free, and we had the best weather, so relaxing. And then in Nassau, we ended up paying for the Margaritaville Resort day pass. That was definitely pricey, but again, worth it, especially with our son who's 7. We did videos on both of those if you want to check them out. But yeah, you can cruise on the cheap going to destinations. It just depends what you want to do there. Also, mini golf is included, which is a lot of fun, especially with our little one. Just try to play it when it's either not that windy or the ship is stationary because it's on one of the top decks. You also have shuffleboard that's in that same area. Now, also included is going to be the waterworks area as well as all the water slides. And this ship, for being rather small, has a great mix of different size slides. Of course, you have like the toddler racer slides, then you have like a medium racer slide, and then you have a big spinning basically tunnel slide, which is a lot of fun. Me and Rhett were doing them pretty much all day on one of the days. Now, if water slides aren't your thing, the pool is also included, as well as the hot tubs, which there are 2 near the main pool on the Lido deck, as well as 2 more in Serenity, which is also included. That's the adults only area on board. Super relaxing. Like I said, they have the 2 hot tubs located on the back of the ship, so you get the most beautiful sounds of the ocean if you're moving that day, or just great sights of the destination that you're at. Now, if you're the type of person that likes to work out on vacation, then the gym is absolutely included in your cruise fare. Now, there are certain classes, like spin classes, that are going to come with a small fee, but to use like the weights and treadmills, things like that, that is absolutely included. And last but not least, the biggest thing that's included in your cruise fare, at least for us anyway, is going to be daycare. Now, they have different areas for different age groups, and I have a video explaining all of this if you want to check it out. But basically, from 2 all the way up to 17 years old is absolutely free. Now, there are programs in these areas that may come at a small fee. Sometimes they have like specialty parties that come like with a one-time fee, or late night daycare, or night care, I guess you would call it, which is night owls. That runs from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. and typically they charge about $8 per hour plus an 18% gratuity. But the rest of the day, the area is absolutely included. And our son, who right now is 7, he loves going to camp. He loves interacting with the other kids that are on board. He loves, talking to the camp counselors, all the different activities. He loves it. He would stay there all day if we let him. But of course, vacation's about, spending time, with as a family together, making memories. So usually we'll let him go there at night a couple of hours and kind of relax. But again, he loves it. We love it. And it gives us time to kind of have some conversation and to relax ourselves. So anyway, that is everything that is included in your cruise fare for the Carnival Elation. Now, like I said, this video will work for the Carnival Paradise as well. If you have any questions or want more detailed information in regards to anything we discussed, just let me know in the comment section below. Now, as always, thank you so much for your continued support. Hit the like button on the way out. Consider subscribing if you like cruise content, and hopefully we'll see you right back here in the next video or on a cruise ship one day. Catch you later.
I woke up with the sun today, rolled out of bed and said, I'm gonna have some fun today, and that's just what I did. The birds were singing, come outside, I felt giddy like a kid. If life is like a swimming pool, I'm jumping in. We got the perfect summer day, so put me in your plans. You know that this doesn't happen every day, so everybody clap your hands. 'Cause when we raise on high, every Gotta give a shout out to the green grass and the sun. It's a long way off, a tricky shot, but I know it can be done. Another day, another game, another hole in one. Yeah, we got the perfect summer day. So put me in your plans. You know that this doesn't happen every day. So everybody clap your hands. 'Cause when we raise them high, every hand in the sky, we're the super fans. Feeling grand in the clear stands. Shout it out, make some noise, make it loud. Soaking up the lovely weather, everything just comes together. Lift them up, all the hands, all in one. We're the super fans. Feeling grand in the clear stands. And keep them there, all the hands in the air. We're wishing it could last forever, baby, put your hands together. The weather's just so fine, wish I could bottle time. 'Cause if you only pause, you'll hear the crowd applaud. They're cheering for you now, stand up and take a bow. You know that you deserve it, today is picture perfect. Raise them high, every hand in the sky, we're the super fans. Feeling grand